Bismillah. Amen. Arahim. La ilaha illallah. Muhammadur Rasulullah. Iyaka na'budu. Or Iyaka nasta'in. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all's day and made the best out of y'all day. I hope you learned something today. You should be learning something every day. You're learning something whether you want to or not every day. But hopefully you did learn something positive. Uh, don't let a day go by without learning something. What you should want to know is who you are. That's excellent. You also, you want to know who you are. I know who I am. I'm so and so. Farmer. No, you're not. No, you're not. I ain't talking about you being an American citizen or whatever citizen you think you is. You don't know who you are. When you do know who you are, you gonna function at a different degree outside of this world, but still in the world. But the world and stuff ain't gonna really listen. That I'd be all day if I was explaining that, but even to know who you are to some degree, you're awake and you ain't asleep. Most of the people, it's just like the Matrix. Y'all see that movie, The Matrix? When you don't know who you are, you're asleep, and the majority of the people are asleep. If y'all ever seen that movie, The Matrix, you seen how all those people was asleep in that little egg chamber? That's exactly how we are. Each and every single last one of the people, until you become awake. You're asleep, and you're like in a dream state. You living day by day, like how Neo was. He was going to work, or he had a regular life, going to work, getting caught up in this, caught up in that. Word, he was a regular person, doing regular things, this and that. We not just regular, as far as in the system of this worldly system. You know what I mean? Word. But that's how it is. We just got work and regular things. All right, what's up? That's how it is when you don't know who you are though. You're just like you asleep, man. You're just doing regular stuff, going to work, basic things, daily routine, basic is normal. Same thing every day, right? Same thing every day, basic routine. Junk, where junk get whacked out. Where listen to me. When you don't know who you are, it's just like being in the Matrix. You're asleep. All them people was in like that liquid chamber, bro. That's exactly how we is. As the Bible say, we dead in our transgression and don't even know it. That's the worst thing. To be dead and don't even know it. To be asleep is just like being dead. It's very, very close. It's very, very close. Listen to what I'm saying. But that's how many of us are, though. All right, it's just like being in the Matrix, bro. You're asleep, but you think you're awake, though. Like Neo and them, they thought they was fully awake. They was doing activities and everything. They didn't know they was asleep. Word. And the people who trying to wake you up, you got like a Morpheus and a Trinity coming around trying to. It's only so much a person can say because the truth was absolutely blinding. You know what I mean? Word. Like it's a way it got to be given to you. You know what I mean? So that you don't like go snap. You know, you seen when Neo, like when he woke up, he threw up because he couldn't really be worried. Once it hit him, and the truth hit you. You know what I mean? But anyway, I told you I speak for 20-30 minutes for this and that. But yeah, you want to know who you are. When you know who you are, you awake. You also want to know whose you are. That's even more supreme. To know whose you are, you belong to God, our Father. You made in His image. You know what I mean? You powerful beyond measure and don't even know it. And you also want to know who the enemy is. All right? Word. The Bible say, be alert and of sober mind, because your enemy, the devil, prowl around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Do you know how to identify him? Word. You gotta know how to identify this guy, so you can catch his ass and say, Satan, get behind me. The Lord rebuke you, and he got to flee from you. All right, whatever, any type of form dude can try to use to come at you in. Cause word, dude can come anywhere at you, try to do anything. All right, Most of the time, he get people through the world, like how he took Jesus up on a high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their splendor, and said, "All these I give to you, only if you bow down and worship me." Jesus said, "Away from me, Satan," for it's written, "Worship the Lord your God and serve Him only." You know what I mean? Many people fall victim to the world. You'll fall for something you're asleep to, not realizing that you don't really need it anyway. Right? Most of y'all fall victim to something that you're asleep to. Think you need money? No, you need money to pay bills and this and that or whatever, but it's not everything. Alright, most, like, you'll get tricked. Y'all ever heard of something called a jail? Of course. You know how many jails filled up with people who in jail because of money? What you mean? They're trying to hustle or do something? Yeah. They doing something. You in a program doing things in a system that you're asleep to. If you was to wake up, you'd be like, damn, I ain't gotta do that. I ain't gotta do this to this and that. You know what I mean? Word. Listen to what I'm saying very closely, man. Alright, that's a temptation of Satan. How dude use people in many things, bro. Ain't nothing. Money is a tool. I'm just saying, bro. When you understand, to most people, you hear me just say money a tool. To most people, the tool work them instead of you working it. You know what I mean, bro? I can have more money than all y'all. Don't give a damn about it. I ain't gonna let it trick me to get into jail or die. You know what I mean? Word. See what I'm saying? But you want to be able to identify the enemy so you can say, Satan, get behind me. Word. Worship the Lord your God and serve Him only. All right. Let's talk about this. I had this junk popped up in my junk. The Mothership. Ezekiel's will. What's up? What's up? I see y'all. I see all y'all. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? Alright. Let's talk about this Ezekiel's will. The Mothership. Many people, when you think about, everything that they paint, every single thing that these people have ever painted for y'all is off. What you mean? When you think about Egyptian culture, what do you think about? If I was to ask a regular person, like a teacher in school, you ever read in history books, like the Egyptian culture, you think it's like a white civilization, but it's black people. Right? When you read the Bible, you think about white people. I'm just saying, when you go to the churches, how do people paint it? St. John, all them, they Caucasian people, right? When you read the Bible, think about white people. The people color. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Many things that the people paint is like off. Well, this is the topic I'm talking about right here. The spaceship, the Mothership. They paint the picture like it's aliens. And y'all don't even hear people talk about this no more, do y'all? When the last time y'all heard anyone speak about the spaceship or space or anything in general? You don't hear nothing about that, do you? I wonder why. But they talk about, they used to make movies. Independence Day, and and you seen that movie Independence Day, like how it had like the spaceship and coming to destroy the world when the aliens took over or something. All lies based off of something true. But the way they paint, I told you, they paint the narrative. They paint a picture to y'all, changing the narrative. It's not aliens coming to destroy the world and run the world. Nah, God backing this thing up. Yeah, they say they see them, but nobody speaks on it. Man, I see stuff all the time. I can walk outside right now. I guarantee you, it's been like this for like the last 4 years. I just don't like freaking people out. But every time I go outside, especially at nighttime, I always see stuff flying over. Always. And I know the difference between an airplane, satellites, and you know what I mean, where these, they blink. They blink red and green. You know what I mean? These things look like stars. These the mini UFOs. They go straight. They don't turn. They go straight. All right, listen. But yeah, the people paint a picture and change the narrative. When you think about these things, you think about aliens or something. Man, ain't no aliens. Word. These things backed up by God Himself. Or listen to what I'm saying to you, if you never heard this, but it's right here in your Bible. Go to Ezekiel, chapter 1. The title say Ezekiel's inaugural vision. With Ezekiel, it was just a vision at the time. But right now, it's a reality. Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 1 say, in my 30th year, in the 4th month, on the 5th day, while I was among the exiles by the Kabar River, I was among the exiles of the Kabar River. The heavens were open, and I saw visions of God. On the 5th of the month, it was the 5th year of the exile of King Joachim, Jehoiachin. The word of the Lord came to Ezekiel, the priest, the son of Buzi, by the Kabar River, in the land of the Babylonians. There the hand of the Lord was on me. I looked, and I saw a windstorm coming out of the north, an immense cloud with flashing lightning, and surrounded by brilliant light. The center of the fire looked like glowing metal. Ezekiel said, I saw an immense cloud, a huge cloud, with flashing and lightning. The center of the fire looked like glowing metal. And in the fire was what looked like 4 living creatures. In appearance, their form was human, but each of them had 4 faces and 4 wings. Their legs were straight. Their feet were like those of a calf and gleamed like burnished bronze. Under their wings, on their 4 sides, they had human hands. So they each got 4 faces and they each got 4 wings. They got 4 faces, they each got 4 wings. 2 wings were flying and 2 wings up under here. And up under and under their wings, on their 4 sides, they had human hands. So up under their wings, they got human hands coming out. This got to be a awesome sight he's seeing. And yet at the same time, it probably freak you out. Word. Alright. Under their wings, on their 4 sides, they had human hands. All 4 of them had faces and wings. And the wings of one touched the wings of another. So you got, he's seen 4 creatures, living creatures. These 4 living creatures are the same ones in the book of Revelation. All 4 of them got 2 wings and 2 wings to fly and 2 wings up under. All 4 of them got 4 faces. They each got 4 wings. All right, and each of those 2 wings touching each other. They side by side, and each of the wings touching each other. Okay. And the wings of one touched the wings of another. Each one went straight ahead. They did not turn as they moved. Their faces looked like this. Each of the 4 had the face of a human on the right side. Each had the face of a lion on the left, and on the left side had the face of an ox. Each also had the face of an eagle. Such were their faces. All right. They each had 2 wings spreading out upward. So they each got 2 wings spreading out and up. Right. Each wing touching that of the creature on either side. So it's like this. They both they jump spreading out all the way. I can't make the jump like with my fingers, but all the way they touching each other. 2 here, 2 there. They connecting each other. Each of they spread out, they touching each other. All right. Each wing touching that of the creature on either side, and each had 2 wings covering his body. So they got all 4 of them lined up, and each one their wings is out connected to the one. So it's 4 of them lined up with they all connected. Think about 4 V's. I only can make 2 with these fingers, but think about 4 V's and they all connected. And they each got two wings covering their body. Word. All right. Each one went straight ahead. Wherever the spirit will go, they will go. The spirit of God is directing these living creatures. Wherever the spirit will go, they will go, without turning as they went. The appearance of the living creatures was like burning coals of fire, or like torches. Fire moved back and forth among the creatures. It was bright, and lightning flashed out of it. The creatures sped back and forth like flashes of lightning. They move at speeds unthought of. These are living creatures that move at speeds unthought of. As I looked at the living creatures, I saw a wheel on the ground. Ezekiel said, I looked at the four living creatures. As I looked at the living creatures, I saw a wheel on the ground beside each creature. So there's four wheels beside each creature, with its four faces. This was the appearance and structure of the wheels. It's four wheels beside each creature. They sparkle like topaz, like a diamond, and all four look alike. Each appeared to be made like a wheel intersecting a wheel. It's spinning. And don't you see that, like when they paint the picture of the smaller craft, like it's hovering, like it's spinning. All right. Like a wheel intersecting a wheel. As they move, they would go in any one of the directions the living creatures face. So if the wheels move in the directions that the living creatures face, these four living creatures are in charge and directing, moving with these wheels. And these four living creatures are being commanded by God himself. Word, listen. As they move, they will go in any one of the directions the creatures face. The wheels did not change direction as the creatures went. Word. Their rims were high and awesome, and all four rims were full of eyes all around. When the living creatures move, the wheels beside them move. And when the living creatures rose from the ground, the wheels also rose. Wherever the spirit would go, they would go. And the wheels would rise along with them, because the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. You see? The many UFOs, they move as these creatures move. Word. They not being, it ain't aliens on the spaceship. They paint the picture there's little aliens in the spaceship flying wherever they want to go. Nah. The many UFOs go wherever these four living creatures are facing. Wherever they move, they move. Wherever the living creatures, whatever direction the creatures facing, the wheels move in that direction. If the living creatures rise up, you'll see the wheels rise up. Listen, that's what the word's saying. When the creatures move, they also move. Word. When the creatures stood still, the wheels also stood still. And when the creatures rose from the ground, the wheels also rose along with them, because the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. These four living creatures are creatures of God. All right. That is commanding these wheels. Spread out above the heads of the living creatures was what looked something like a vault, sparkling like crystal, and awesome. Under the vault, their wings were stretched out stretched out one toward the other, and each had two wings covering his body. All right. When the creatures moved, I heard the sound of their wings, like the roar of rushing waters, like the voice of the Almighty, like the tumult of an army. When they stood still, they lowered their wings. Then there came a voice from above the vault over their heads as they stood with lowered wings. Above the vault, over their heads, was what looked like a throne of lapis lazuli, and high above, on the throne, was a figure like that of a man. I saw that from what appeared to be his waist up, he looked like glowing metal, as if full of fire, and that from there down he looked like fire, and brilliant light surrounded him, like the appearance of a rainbow in the clouds on a rainy day. So was the radiance around him. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. When I saw it, I fell face down, and I heard the voice of one speaking, "There's a Son of Man over all this." Yeah. There's a Son of Man who is over all that's going on. That's commanding all that's going on. Who overseeing this. Alright. But the wheels that Ezekiel saw are in one with the four living creatures. Yeah. It's many people who seen the Mothership. Before I get to speaking about the mini wheels, there was a man named what's this guy's name? There's a Japanese captain named Kenju Terauchi. And November 17, 1986, he was flying a flight 1628. This brother he was flying a Boeing 747. And this dude got many experience flying airplanes. You hear me? And the brother reported what he saw. Where is it? Yeah. In 1986, cargo flight 1628, where Captain Kenju Terauchi and his crew was flying a Boeing 747 near Alaska, where they was followed for nearly an hour by multiple unidentified flying objects, UFOs, including a massive walnut-shaped craft seen on radar and by sight and confirmed by air traffic control. Word. You hear me? This was documented. This dude this junk flew by him for like an hour. That would have freaked me out. Dude on the Boeing 747. He said this object was following him for almost an hour. It's the Mothership is the walnut-shaped object. Half a mile by half a mile. It's half a mile long. It's half a mile up. It's shaped like a walnut. There's another experience when the people in Vietnam in 1967, they found themselves fighting against, it was in the Vietnam War. It is recorded in history. You can look it up on the internet. In the Vietnam War in 1967, over Laos, a full colonial, a veteran pilot and his co-pilot reported an encounter with an unidentified object while flying a C-130 transport aircraft on a mission over Laos in 1967. The object, described as a metal color shaped like a hull or prow of a boat. Word. This was a mini craft that these people seen. It say without lights, and as they approach, uh, it approached their plane at an unknown high speed, causing alarm. Word. the mini jump, they go straight. They fly at speeds unthought of. All right. The the people know fully well what I'm talking about, as far as like the government and stuff. You know what I mean? In page 17, at the bottom, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in Message to the Black Man in America that Master Fard Muhammad pointed out Master Fard Muhammad pointed out a destructive, dreadful looking plane. Made like a wheel in the sky. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was with Master Fard Muhammad one day, and he was teaching him. I can see it. Master Fard Muhammad was talking to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and then he pointed out a dreadful looking object in the sky. Pointed right to it. A wheel in the sky today. It is a half a mile by a half a mile square. It is a humanly built planet. It is up there and can be seen twice a week. It is no secret. Ezekiel saw it a long time ago. It was built for the purpose of destroying the present world. He also hinted at plaguing the world with rain, snow, hail, and earthquakes. All right. And page 290, it say the vision of Ezekiel's wheel and the wheel in the sky is true, and if carefully understood, there is a similar wheel in the sky today, which very well answers the description of Ezekiel's vision. This wheel corresponds in a way with the spear of spears called the universe. The maker of the universe is Allah, God, the father of the black nation, which includes the brown, yellow, and red people. The great wheel, which many of us see in the sky today, is not so much a wheel as one may think in such terms, but rather a place made like a wheel. The like of this wheel-like plane was never seen before. You cannot build one like it and get the same results. Your brains are limited. You know, the people, government people, they try to recreate the planes. They can't do this. You can't rebuild this. The government people would know exactly what I'm talking about, because they experience this. Y'all ever heard of Area 51 or these other areas, you know what I mean, that they got this and that around? It's a lot of stuff that's going on and y'all don't even got a clue. I was watching this, it's a TV show I like. I still do watch from downtown. It's a junk called The Walking Dead, and it's a scene on that junk where it's in the early scenes. It's like in the early season 2, early season 1 or season 2, because Rick and them they went to this facility, and it was like this white dude who didn't want to let them in at first, and like he was a scientist or something, because he was doing he showed them like experiment test subject T13 or something. Like where it was his wife and this and that. But dude locked them in his building. Alright. It was like a secret research government building. Like dude and like it was a time clock ticking down. And they asked him, they said, yo, why that clock ticking down? Where? It's like the joint was ticking down to 0. Where Dale asked the question, he said, man, I gotta ask you, why that clock ticking down? What's gonna happen when it get to 0? And then dude said the place gonna blow up. And he said, y'all can't get out. He said, what? They said, yo, let us out of here. He said, I told y'all when y'all first came in, if y'all come in, the doors are shut. You ain't gonna be able to get out. I told you that. Word, dude, he really meant that. Like, cause word, the building was losing power or something. I love that Walking Dead. It's a nice episode. Make a long story short, Like it's like, yo, what kind of place is this? Like, why are you doing this? He said, bro, do you know what kind of place this is? This place is weaponized smallpox and disease that you wouldn't want to get out. Word. Do you know? Because he snapped on him at the end. He said, do you know what kind of place this is that y'all in right now? This place is weaponized smallpox and a whole bunch of other stuff. Stuff that you don't want to get out there. So it had a self-destruct button on it. And that's what the clock was ticking down to. It was gonna blow up the whole facility. And blow up everything that they were, because he didn't want to get out. It's a lot of stuff that they got going on. Y'all think it's strange, bro? A lot of stuff that we suffering with, these people create diseases. These people create these things. What just happened? The Chinese flu? What was that other thing? COVID? These are weapons. These are weapons that they know how to utilize. This ain't no accident. These are weapons. Chemical weapons. Bro, it's some stuff that's going on. It would blow you out. It would freak you out if y'all even thought about what's going on. This don't even cross your mind about what's, you know what I mean? Word, it's places all around. But anyway, word, man. Oh yeah, the people. They always trying to duplicate and build things that they see going on. They can't duplicate and build what God built, and what the person of God built. You hear me? They can't duplicate it or reciprocate it. Nowhere near. You hear me? Their brains are limited. If you would make one to look like it, you would not get it up. You would not get it up off the earth into outer space. The similar Ezekiel's wheel is the masterpiece of mechanics. Maybe I should not say the wheel is similar to Ezekiel's vision of a wheel, but that Ezekiel's vision has become a reality. His vision of the wheel included hints on the great wisdom of Almighty God Allah, that really He is the maker of the universe, and reveals just where and how the decisive battle will take place in the sky. Where guns and shells took the place of the sword, man's best defense against such weapons was a trench, a ditch. Poison gas and liquid fire brought him out. Today, he has left the surface of the sky. Today he has left the surface for the sky to destroy his enemy by dropping and exploding bombs on each other. All this was known in the days of Ezekiel, and God revealed it to him, that through Ezekiel we might know what to expect at the end of this world. The originator of his people, the original black people, are supremely wise. Today, we see the white race preparing for the sky battle to determine who shall remain and rule this earth, black or white. In the battle between God and the disbelievers in the days of Noah, the victor's weapon was water. He used fire in the case of Sodom and Gomorrah. In the battle against Pharaoh, he used 10 different weapons, which included fire and water, hailstones, and great armies of the insect world, and droughts, and finally plagued them with death. The Holy Quran says the chastisement of Pharaoh was like that which God will use against his enemies in the last days. Throughout the Bible and Holy Quran's teaching on the judgment and destruction of his enemies, fire will be used as the last weapon. The earth's greatest arms are fire and water. The whole of its atmosphere is made up of fire and water and gases. It serves as a protective coat of arms against any fallen fragments from her neighbors. Ezekiel saw wheels in the middle of a wheel. This is true. The universe, it is made up of revolving spheres. There are wheels in the wheel. The present wheel-shaped plane, known as the mother of planes, is half a mile by half a mile and is the largest mechanical man-made object in the sky. It is a small human planet made for the purpose of destroying the present world of the enemies of Allah. The cost to build such a plane is staggering. The finest brains were used to build it. It is capable of staying in outer space 6 to 12 months at a time without coming into the Earth's gravity. It carried 1,500 bombing planes with the most deadliest explosive, the type used in bringing up mountains on the Earth. The very same method is used in the destruction of this world. The bombs are equipped with motors, and the toughest of steel was used in making them. This steel drills and takes the bombs into the earth at a depth of 1 mile. At a depth of 1 mile, and it's timed not to explode until it reaches 1 mile to the earth. This explosion produces a mountain 1 mile high. Not one bomb will fall into water. They will all fall on cities, as Ezekiel saw and heard in his vision of it in chapter 10, verse 2. The plane is terrible, frightening, awesome. That's what I mean by terrible. This plane is terrible. It's a dreadful thing to see. It is seen, but do not think of trying to attack it. They found that out. That's why the people right now, the government people, they got a like an agreement right now. Like if anyone see these things, don't shoot at it. Why? It's you don't want to shoot at it. They found this out in Vietnam. What? Don't y'all know about history, especially in the wars? Where y'all got your heads at most of the time? Listen, in the Vietnam War, they called it flu pilots or something. It was some term they called it. It was some funny term, but they didn't understand. It was an unidentified flying objects. It wasn't the Vietnam planes. Nah. Boy, listen, this were different stuff that was going on. Why do you think they left all stuff over there? Well, a lot of stuff they left. They got out there fast. Well, they did what they did in the Vietnam War or whatever, but then they had to leave fast because these little planes started showing up. You hear me? Well, listen, do your research. Listen, in the Vietnam War, it's a lot of stuff, weapons and stuff that's left over there from the Vietnam War. That is American. Why they leave? They had to leave fast. They started getting their ass whooped. They was whooping ass in Vietnam, and then like these planes showed up. And then they started shooting at them. Every bullet that they shot, it got shot right back at them. The planes didn't shoot a weapon. The mini UFOs didn't shoot a. You see in the movies how, especially in Independence Day, when like dude tried to shoot at the plane. And the bullet bounced right back. It had like a force propeller thing on it. Every single thing you shoot at, it'll shoot right back at you. Word. That's fire. Do your research on that. And it got 1,500 bombing planes on it. Do not think of trying to attack it. That would be suicide. They found this out. The small circular made planes called flying saucers, which are so much talk of being seen, could be from this Mothership plane. This is only one of the things in store for the white man's evil world. Believe it or believe it not, this is to warn you and me to fly to our own God and people. Right. They know this to be true. They don't talk about it like that, but they know this to be true. What other page? I have this at page 17. Yeah. And I'm gonna stop it on that. You know what I mean? But when y'all this and that, y'all ain't gotta be nervous or afraid. Uh, that's why it's good to seek refuge with God, your Father. You hear me? Because this is of His doing. You know what I mean? They paint the picture like it's aliens or something. Nah. It serves two things: to destroy the world of wickedness and also to protect the people. Believe it or not. Word. It got destroying powers on it, and it also got healing on it. Word. Believe it or not. I'm telling you. These jumps they do protect. Word. Like it's a weapon. I'm telling this now, man. Whether you believe it or not. But they do watch over the people. Word. You'll be surprised. I don't want to blow you or say too much because I don't want them to block my this and that. Word. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, the people notice. Word. Like word. It can be seen. The mothership can be seen twice a week. Word. This is no secret. They notice. They see it all the time. Word. They don't talk about it or this and that. They probably don't want to freak y'all out. You know what I mean? But yeah, keep your eye open, and don't be afraid, brother and sister, if y'all see this. Word. You know what I mean? Because this is a tool designed by God Himself that's gonna be used to destroy these people's world. Not destroy the earth completely, but there's gonna be some destruction going on, but the earth's still gonna be hit. Alright, just like how the Lord destroyed the world of Noah's days with water, but the world's still here, but He wiped out that term of people. The same thing. He's gonna destroy this world. But the world's still gonna be here. But He's gonna wipe stuff out with them planes. They know this. Why are they trying to fly in the sky and dig holes and go? Why are they trying to go to Mars or something? It don't matter where you go to. You can go to Mars, Venus, Neptune, Saturn, Uranus. We can go. You can try to get up the solar system if you want. It will catch you. God will catch you. Word. But y'all ain't gonna escape that plane though. Word. You know what I mean? Word. Just think about that. I'm gonna leave that at this. No, I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all got comments, questions, or whatever? Like word. Feel free to leave a comment. I'll come back to it. If it ain't none now, and talk about it or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, if y'all got comments, leave a comment. I'll come back to it later on because I'm about to get off here. We can talk about it more if y'all want, or this and that. But that's pretty much all I got for that. But we can continue talking about it if you want. But I think that's pretty cool. The main thing is don't be alarmed. The people of the world might got a reason to fear, but people of God, y'all ain't got no reason to fear at all. You know what I mean? Because it's the Lord backing this thing up Himself. All right. The world paint the picture like it's aliens or something. It ain't aliens that's gonna destroy the world. Nah, they paint a picture of some wild crap like aliens abducting people, this and that or whatever. Them people tripping. Word. You know what I mean? That's probably them doing that crap. You know what I mean? Word. They got some other stuff going on. You know what I mean? You know, word. That's probably not. It's not. Ain't no probably. I'm quite 100% sure. It's wicked people doing stuff like that. This and that they got going on. They got a whole different ball game system that's falling into play. You know what I mean? That y'all don't even got a clue or imagine. But people of God, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna keep y'all in mind. Y'all should be safe. Y'all should be alright. Yeah, y'all should be safe. Y'all should be alright. Pretty much. Yeah. Alright. But I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.